Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
After that, he joined the Hare Krishna movement. And since then, Maharaj has been practicing very strictly the process of Bhakti Yoga in the ISKCON movement, the Hare Krishna movement, or as everybody might know it, as the Hari Bols. And in the year
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Please
Hare
clap your hands.
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Gaura Hari Bol.
Jaya Jai Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jai Nitai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Shri Hari Naam Sankirtan ki Jai. Om Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So today we are speaking about difficulties. Everyone in their life goes through difficulties, isn't it? Yes, that was very enthusiastic, someone. Sometimes we have a health problem. Sometimes we have a family problem. Sometimes we have a relationship problem. Mother-in-law. It's interesting, no, this terminology. Mother-in-law. Only in-law. Not, not, it's almost like the terminology people use. It means there's no real relationship. It's just on paper, in-law, in-law. So whatever it may be, mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, some relationship difficulty. So there are so many difficulties in life. Maybe some of you are sitting here in the Qatar because you are going through difficulties right now. I'm a mind reader. Maybe there are many people out there who didn't come to the Qatar today because they're in difficulties. You understand, difficulties can bring you closer to Krishna. Yeah, this one. Difficulties can bring you closer to Krishna. Difficulties can take you further away from Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritina arjuna artha jigyasu artharti gyani cha bharatar shabha. Krishna says 4 types of people come to me. But the commentators say, actually in Kali Yuga, mainly it's only one type of person. Krishna says, the one who wants wealth comes to me. The one who wants answers comes to me. The one who's searching for God comes to me. But Krishna also says, the distressed come to me. Practically in this age, everyone is distressed in some way. So some people, when they go through difficulty, it brings them closer to Krishna. And other people, when they go through difficulty, it takes them away from Krishna. And each one of us have the opportunity to do both. Because in our life, difficulties will come. Each one of us have a certain amount of karma. You understand karma? Karma means reactions. So we have to experience. You can't escape it. Once there was a man, he was going past a shop. And in the shop there was a sign. Buy anything you want and your grandson will pay the bill. So he started walking out. And then the cashier gave him a bill. The person said, what do you mean? My grandson will pay. He said, yeah, your grandson will pay. This is the bill of your grandfather. You can't cheat Krishna. Don't think you can cheat Krishna, because Krishna sees everything. So sometimes we think, I will do it, nobody's looking. But every single thing that you do is noted. Krishna is in your Gita. Arjun, he is very distressed by difficulty, isn't it? What does he say to Krishna? Vipatuscha sharire me romaharshascha jayate gandivam shramshate hastat tvakcheva paridayate. Arjun says there are so many difficulties here on the battlefield. Sharire, my body is shaking. Tvakcheva paridayate, my skin is burning. Tears are falling from my eyes. Krishna, maya chuta, stitosmi gata sant maya chuta, stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Nasta moha, all my illusion is gone. All my doubts are gone. All my distress has disappeared. Karishye vachanam tava. Now I am ready, Krishna. Whatever you want me to do, I'm happy. I will do it. It only took Arjun 45 minutes to overcome all of his difficulties, because in 45 minutes he understood Krishna's teachings in the Gita. Now the question is, how long will it take us to understand Krishna's teachings in the Gita? 45 minutes? 45 days? 45 years? Or 45 lifetimes? That's the question. But someone may ask, what did Krishna teach Arjun? What did Krishna teach Arjun about difficulty that in 45 minutes he changed his vision? So today I will teach you the three main things that Krishna taught Arjun about difficulty. And if you understand these three things, no difficulty will affect you in your life. Imagine that. Imagine you can go through life and not one difficult situation will cause you any pain. Imagine you could have that kind of strength. It's possible. But you have to understand these three things. The first thing is that Krishna teaches Arjun, difficulties will come to everyone. First thing you have to understand. Second thing, difficulties are not bad. Difficulties are not negative. Difficulties actually have many, many gifts. This is the second thing you have to learn. And the third thing is that difficulties are never too difficult to overcome. Every soul has the power to overcome however difficult the situation they may face in their life. If you understand these three things very deeply, you won't have any difficulties in your life, or you won't suffer from the difficult situation. Now put your hand up if when a difficulty comes to you, you're surprised. No, you're not surprised? You were waiting for it? Oh yeah, I was waiting for it. I knew this would happen to me. Who is like that? We know that people die. But when someone who's close to us dies, we're shocked. We know that people have to get sick. But tomorrow, if you go to the hospital and the doctor tells you, hey, you're sick, are you telling me you won't be surprised? We know in the world there are natural disasters, but we always expect that that happens in another country. Of course, natural disasters is a part of life in the other country. We're shocked when it happens to us. On one hand, we know that difficulties will come to everyone, but in our heart, we have not accepted that difficulties will come to me. The moment you know life means difficulty. Do we have anyone in the room who is a doctor? No one? Okay. Hopefully nobody gets sick here today. When you have an ECG, lifeline, how does the lifeline go? Like this? Up and down, up and down, up and down. If your lifeline is like this, you want a straight lifeline, no? You don't want any difficulties, right? No ups and downs. You want to be straight, right? Straight means death. If you want to be alive, it means ups and downs. It means ups and downs. Even the greatest devotees of Krishna are not free from difficulties. And the prime example is the Pandavas. The Pandavas had knowledge, vidya. The Pandavas had punya, piety. The Pandavas followed dharma, all religiosity. The Pandavas had virya, they had strength. The Pandavas had dhana, they had all the wealth you can imagine. And the Pandavas had surid, they had the best friend, Krishna. But still, the Pandavas had to suffer. Everyone has to suffer. Because what does Krishna say in the Gita? Mamupetya punarjanma dukhalayam ashashvatam. This world is dukhalaya, is the abode of difficulty. So dear friends, when you wake up in the morning tomorrow, expect difficulty, expect obstacles, expect challenges. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukha dosh anudarshanam. Krishna says every day you should realize, darshan, see that life means disease, old age, death. These things are there. It's a part of life. One time I was with one mother, and she was with her daughter. And you know what she was telling her daughter? She was telling her daughter, and one day I'm going to die. I'm not going to be here. You're going to be alone. And I was thinking, my God, this is how can you say this to your daughter? Yeah. They may react like that. I was thinking, how can you say this to your daughter? And then she looked at me and she said, I have to prepare her. Am I going to keep her in illusion? Am I going to hide the fact from her that one day she's not going to have to experience my own death? I have to prepare her for it. But what I do is I prepare her for it and I give her spiritual knowledge so she understands how to deal with this. In the world, people try to hide from the fact that there is difficulty. Nobody wants to know the end. Nobody wants to know that one day you're going to die. Nobody wants to know that one day time will take away everything from you. Everyone is trying to hide. But the devotee doesn't hide. The devotee meditates on death. Because someone accused me of something I didn't deserve. There you go. The neighbor takes you to court. Come on, tell me something else that happened to you that you didn't deserve. Anything? You want to say something? Even though I didn't earn it anyway, I deserved it. No one ever thinks I didn't deserve it. Only when something bad happens, they think they didn't deserve it. So nothing's random. Everything in life happens for a reason. So this is the first thing Krishna teaches Arjun. Difficulties will come. Write that one on your wall and look at it every single day. And train yourself never to complain when a difficulty comes. You'll be a different person. But the second thing, the cow's back, you know what he does, right? He calls out their names. Krishna knows the names of every single one of his cows. But some of the cows don't come back. So the next thing Krishna does is Krishna plays his flute. But even after playing the flute, still some cows don't come back. So you know the next thing Krishna does? He plays his buffalo horn louder. And then some more cows come back, but still some cows don't come. And for those final cows that still don't come back, what does Krishna do? He goes out with a stick and he chases them back. So sometimes we don't learn. Krishna is trying to teach us through the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is trying to teach us through the pravachan. Krishna is trying to teach us in very, very nice ways. Dukhalayam ashashvatam. Don't try and enjoy here. But we hear it and we say, I understand, but I know. Let me try a little bit. Let me just try it. Even though we hear so many things, we don't follow it. Still, we go out into Krishna sends some difficulty in your life. And why does Krishna do that? Because he wants to call you back to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means the place where there is no anxiety. So obstacles, difficulties are not bad. They're Krishna's way of teaching us. They're Krishna's way of making us wiser. They're Krishna's way of making us stronger. And if we try to utilize every single difficult situation to develop and deepen our Krishna consciousness, then we'll understand that these difficulties are very good. The difficulties are so good that Kunti Maharani prays, Vipada Shantu Tah Shashvat Tatra Tatra Jagat Guru Bhavato Darshanam Yadshad Apunar Bhavadarshanam. Kunti Maharani says, may I experience more and more difficulties in my life, because when I experience difficulties, then it brings me closer to you, Krishna. And the final thing that Krishna explains in the Gita is that difficulties are never too difficult in life. Therefore, Krishna tells Arjun, Machita sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi. Machita, become conscious of me, sarva durgani, and you will overcome all the obstacles. Mat prasadat, by my mercy. One who keeps Krishna close in their life, they become very, very strong. Strong enough to overcome even the most difficult situations in life. Srila Prabhupada went through heart attacks. Srila Prabhupada went through poverty. Srila Prabhupada went through so much opposition. But in Srila Prabhupada's life, he never became discouraged. He never became depressed. He never became dejected, because he was always conscious of Krishna. Krishna is with me. Don't tell God how big your problems are. Tell your problems how big. So Krishna is giving us the opportunity. Think deeply about these things. Krishna is giving you the opportunity to live a life free from suffering. But you have to learn how to deal with difficulties. So in summary, number one, realize difficulties will come to everyone. Number two, realize difficulties are not bad. They're Krishna's way of bringing you closer to Him. And number three, difficulties are not insurmountable. You are stronger than you. Okay, 1 second. We'll bring the mic.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you very much. Put your hands together, wonderful presentation. Only in the village growing up, we always heard elders say that boy or girl, if you don't want to hear, you will have to feel. That was like, common thing in the village. Those who don't want to hear will hear and learn.
Thank you so much. So everyone has to become a good listener. You see, in our life, nobody listened to us. When you were young, your parents didn't listen to you. Because people can't listen. Imagine I did a survey today and I asked each of you, what did I just say? I don't know how many people would be able to remember. Sometimes you think, my God, this person is so attentive. They're looking straight at you. But the whole lecture, they're meditating on some other. They're looking at you the whole time, thinking, my God, this person is so good listener. But the whole time they're thinking of something else because we can't listen. Our attention span is very short. So therefore, one has to become a deep thinker. If you listen well, if you listen deeply, if you think deeply about what's being said here, you can save yourself from so much pain. So what is it going to take to be a good listener? That's only your free will. We can't force you to listen. Even Krishna couldn't force Arjuna. Krishna taught everything to Arjuna and then he said, do what you want to do now, it's up to you. So we have to, from our observation of life, we have to realize that in my life, nothing will save me. My money won't save me. My family won't save me. My position in the world won't save me. All my arrangements and bank accounts and insurance policies won't save me. Janma, for lifetimes you can listen to pravachans. And still, if you don't listen well, you will not get the fruit. So when we come to the katha, we have to be attentive. We have to be awake. We have to be alive. And we have to try to listen deeply. And then we can save ourselves from so much pain. Hare Krishna. Okay, yes, Prabhu, at the back, you had a question? I answered your question? All right. Oh, Haridas Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have a problem, a difficulty accepting what you said.
Okay.
From an objective, realistic standpoint, what you said is that, of course, what you said is that we have to be conscious of Krishna. We have to put Krishna in the center to deal with difficulties. But from an objective, realistic standpoint, until we get there, how do we deal with difficulty? Until our consciousness become purified.
We have to learn to sadhana, then eventually you see the world through the eyes of a spiritual being as a soul. So that's why we have to have very, very strong knowledge. Most people who come to the temples, most people who come to ISKCON, they know the ritual. We can see everything as Krishna's mercy. We have to try to see the world through the eyes of knowledge. We have to try to see the world through the eyes of knowledge. Therefore, Shiva says to Parvati, Maline moshanam pumsham jalashnanam dine dine Gita shakrit bhashishnanam samsara malanashanam. It's very simple to understand. Jala means water. Shnana means bath. Dine dine means every single day. Every single day you take a bath with water to cleanse the body. Therefore, every single day, Gita Bhasha. Bhasha means words. Gita Bhasha. one should bathe themselves in the words of the Gita, and that will purify one's consciousness so that you can see the world through the eyes of scripture. A dog sees through the nose. A businessman sees everything in terms of profits. And a spiritualist sees everything through the eyes of scripture. Therefore, we have to become wise. How many of you, if someone would ask you, what does Krishna say in the Gita? Like once I met a person on the street, I tried to give him a Gita. He said, no, 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 I am knowing. No, no, no. Gita is in my family only. My father, his grandfather, his father's father. This is my dharma. I am knowing Gita. So I said, wow, amazing. I said, what's your favorite chapter? So he looked at me, he said, what's your favorite chapter? I said, my favorite chapter is 19. He said, me too. I am knowing. Knowing. I am knowing. All of us in this room grew up with Gita. How many of us have read Gita? Oh no, it's there on my shelf. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Leave it as it is. I come from Gujarati family. So in Gujarati family, if you go to a Gujarati's home, everything is in plastic. Like remote control, they put it in plastic. In case, like you damage it or something. So once I went to a Gujarati's home, the sofa was in plastic only. How many of us have read 700 verses of the Gita? You will be shocked how many people have not read the Gita. Ask any Muslim person, they've all read the Quran. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be very difficult. So please take it seriously. Krishna is giving this knowledge to help you. But if you don't take it seriously, then you come in front of Krishna and you cry. Oh, this happened, why is this happening, Krishna, why? Krishna gave you the way to deal with it, but we don't read. So therefore, try to read. Sorry, sometimes I'm a little heavy. I'm a nice person, don't worry. I'm a nice person. But sometimes I have to speak a little strong. Because nobody...
My son said that, let me tell you a little about Guyanese people, Guyanese parents. Guyanese parents would say, when me dead, you're up on your own. You're left on your own. It's nice that we're reminded that that we should teach our children otherwise. Bhagavad Gita tells us, Sarvasya in 15:15, Sarvasya chahang hridisani vishto. Krishna says, I'm seated in your heart. And we should teach our children that the Lord is in your heart. Even when they die, the Lord is with you. You're not alone.
Yes,
Krishna is with you.
Definitely.
I had the thought also that, as you were speaking, Maharaj, that we tend to, when anything bad happens to us, like Guyanese people do this, if you stump your toe, oh God, anything happens, oh God. But if we walking on the road and we find a piece of gold or 100 US, we say, oh, me lucky. What luck? We don't remember that maybe God placed it there for us. Maharaj, this brought a question to my mind that I often hear seniors and preachers insist that we should not turn Krishna into our order supplier. and every time we want something, and the concept of religion now is like when we want, we turn to God. And it raised a question in my mind that, Maharaj, is it okay to ask Krishna for strength in the face of adversities, as opposed to complaining and so on? When you mentioned the four persons that approaches Krishna in Gita, that Krishna calls them pious. He says these four pious. I had to read this like several times when I came across this the first time. That I always thought the people that approach God for wealth are not so pious, but Krishna says that they're pious. Maharaj, is it okay to approach Krishna for strength in the face of adversities and difficulties?
Thank you so much. One has no desires. Sarva kama, if one has every single material desire. Moksha kama, if one wants to get liberation. Any of these people, the Bhagavatam says, they should all worship Krishna. So the first thing is, whatever you want, at least go to Krishna. If you want to win the lottery, go to Krishna. If you really want it, at least go to Krishna. At a certain point, you will begin to realize that there are better things you can ask from God. Right? To ask for strength, to ask for service, to ask for love, these are more pure ways to approach Krishna. We want strength so that we can continue on in our spiritual life, we can continue on with our service, so that we can continue on. And how can you help them escape the cycle of birth and death if even we can't escape the cycle of birth and death? Therefore, it's a heavy responsibility, but it's a beautiful responsibility if you do it spiritually. So yes, don't keep the Bhagavad Gita and just worship it. Read it. Study it. Understand it. Okay? Anyone else? Yes. Mm. But then when they go out, I recommend you travel with me. You better make time. That's the point. So we can sit here and give you a very flowery, nice talk. We call it jokes and shloks.
Heard anything? We haven't heard anything from. We haven't heard anything from the ladies, girls, Matajis. We'll give one more opportunity. We haven't heard anything from the Mataji girls and anybody else in here. Sorry, we didn't haven't heard anything from those out there, just a little beyond the fence. You're not outsider, you're also insider. So any question from anyone out there? Under the tent? Yes or no? The cooks, those who will be serving the prashad. So I carry on this bag always with me. You know, if you see me most of the time, you will see me with that bag, and I have my pocket-sized Bhagavad Gita with me. It's almost new, so you can see it haven't opened as much as I would probably desire. Maybe with Maharaj's blessing this evening, I will open it a lot more. But nevertheless, you can take the opportunity to get your personal copy of Bhagavad Gita this evening. And Gita Jayanti are coming up soon. You will also have much more Gita or temple here, West Coast, East Coast, Essequibo, Borbis, wherever you're coming from, will have Bhagavad Gita available. I'd like to take this opportunity to also extend invitations to each and every one of you. First of all, for Maharaj final session tomorrow, well, Bhagavatam class tomorrow morning at the temple in Georgetown, UG Road, at 6:45 to 8 tomorrow morning. So if you want to plug in on Srimad Bhagavatam and hear a little Bhagavad Katha, you please come there tomorrow morning. Otherwise, tomorrow evening is our final session with Maharaj before he left for Colombia on Friday morning on this visit. And we are emphasizing Maharaj on this visit. So we hope that, and we pray, and we know Maharaj will make it to come back to Guyana on many, many more such visits. So we also like to take this opportunity to invite you for Janamastami celebration here at our Korean Hare Krishna temple, and also East Coast, Essequibo, we are from Essequibo, and Borbis also. On the East Coast, Hare Krishna Study Center will have 4 days celebrations. On West Coast, here will have 3 days celebrations, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you'll get more detail on Janamastami very soon. So those are
Sitaram Jaya Sitaram, Sitaram Jaya Sitaram.
Jaya Gaura Nitai, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Gaura Hare Bol, Nitai Gaura Hare Bol, Gaura. Shri Gaura Nitai Ki. Hare Krishna, you can please take your seats. Those of you who can bow, you can please.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अस्तोतर सत श्री श्रीमद डिवाइन ग्रेस शिलेसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन संस्थापकाचार्य शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अस्तोतर सत श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी महारानी की समवेता भक्त वृंद की श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. Oh, glories to the Sambhu devotees. Oh, glories to the Sambhu devotees. Oh, glories to the Sambhu devotees. Oh, glories to the lotus feet of Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakashi